my beautiful pieces of Pokemon antiquity. Anyways, guys, how are we doing tonight? I am enjoying myself. I'm here rather early. Some of you may notice this is the earliest stream we've done in a very long time. We have somehow managed to get our kids down before their normal bedtime, and that is...
Can you do a... You can say hi.
It was almost a historic feat on our part. Oh, you gonna show everybody your Pikachu pajamas? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be shy now. You're all over the place. Pick of this, pick of that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to go to bed?
No, you forgot YouTube video for me.
Make a whole video for you? It's time for your bedtime.
Should make a YouTube video for her bedtime. So she can just play it at bedtime and it's just you saying goodnight.
Okay. We can definitely do that. Okay.
Okay.
Go on. Bedtime.
Come
on.
No. Bedtime.
You can
It's
do
bedtime.
a YouTube video.
Yeah, by himself, not with you in it. Come on.
Yo, Ern, what's good? Come on, mommy says.
Come on. Come on.
Love you.
War.
Love you.
War.
Yo, what's good, guys? How we doing tonight? Solid baby girl, adorable man, girl dad pal. Let's go. Yo, Turtle, what's good? Yeah, so, what was I gonna say? Yeah, well, the kids are almost down at the right time, but here we are. This is the earliest stream we've ever done. I mean, I can't remember the last time we did a stream before midnight, honestly. What do we think is going to happen with Phantasmal Flames? Do we think it's truly going to be a short printed set? Is this set going to just drive everybody over the edge? Or is Pokemon starting to catch up? It feels like Pokemon has done a slight print of Paldean Fates, apparently, with that Great Tusk EX box. So there's that. Now, that's not like a major reprint, but like, if they continue bringing out products back to retail stores.
Can you just take a peek at something really fast?
Okay, guys,
Sorry.
my wife needs me. I'll be right back.
Just take a peek. She wanted to be on our bed. Just take a peek with me.
It's very cute.
What?
Oh. Bless me. Okay, we are back. As I was saying, do we think that these products hitting retail shelves are going to help, or is it just going to be more of the same? I know some people are of the opinion that things just aren't going to change from here, that it's going to be tough getting product moving forward, and that maybe we should just get used to the times. If that means buying stuff for more on the secondary market, then so be it. But I have a lot of friends out here who are still snagging products for MSRP. I don't know how they're doing it. Here in Charlotte, there's like no product whatsoever. So I really I don't know if you guys are having any luck lately, but I'm still striking out on anything in Charlotte, which makes it easier for me to just buy WotC Grails. Because bruh, you can't find anything around here anyways. Modern just doesn't feel like the move for me, and that's why I'm so against it. It's not that I'm against Modern, buying slabs, sure, but it feels like you can't find anything unless you're going to shows. If you're going to shows, you might be able to find a bunch of stuff. I know that's how Turtle finds a lot of his stuff. BCTCG, how we doing? Turtle, Charizard UPC is getting printed like crazy. Short print for Phantasmal isn't going to matter if they print a ton of that. Also, I heard it's very small reduction in print quality anyways. Kevin, first to drop a like on the vid. Come on and hit that thumbs up. Yo, I appreciate you, Kevin. BC, I found a lot of Black Bolt White Flare here in Canada. I did not see any Black Bolt White Flare here in Charlotte. Don't be fooled. My credit card is due. I'm screwed. Well, you and many, many others. Thank you, Pokemon. BCTCG, I don't know why that's such a tongue twister for me. BCTCG. Journey Together Everywhere. Other than that, nothing. Journey Together Everywhere, bro. That's a good grab. I wasn't aware that Journey Together was still seeing shelves, bro. That's a grab. In my opinion, that's a solid pickup. Mount Carmel boy. What's good, Orion? Going to Collecticon in Chicago on Saturday. Taking your advice to try and go after some vintage grails. Appreciate your content about it recently. Yeah, man. I mean, right now, it seems like the easier thing to go after. I'm gonna just keep on waving this Sky Rich Gengar around. Oh man, dude, I can't believe we recently got this guy in though. Oh my gosh. What a beast. What an absolute beast of a card. We're getting there with the shinings. We're getting there. But no, Modern's fire. Modern's honestly fire. Does my turtle have free will? I would hope so. Turtle, as much as I love the Charizard, the set as a whole is kind of shit. Unfortunately, well, explain that. Why do you think it's kind of shit? Because I feel like it's still going to be a banger set. I don't know. I do love the Charizard, and I'm a sucker for the Charizard. I'm going to say the Charizard's carrying that set no matter what. Without the Charizard, what are we looking at? What would we go after if the Charizard was not in the set? And what about Gengar? JB67, then another JB. Obsidian Flames, Scizor Illustration Rare is low-key fire card. Obsidian Flames, Scizor is a fire card. I happen to have that card. That is one of the illustrations that I did not sleep on this year. Definitely fire. Definitely felt like I still kind of overpaid for it. I know how tough some of the illustration rares for Scarlet Violet were to grade. But it just feels so weird spending a lot on illustration rares. Dr. Rocket, how we doing? Alex walked into Target last Friday and dozens of Twilight ETBs. I was shocked. Again, we love to see it. Dude, what? Twilight Masquerade ETBs? We love to see it. Let's get more of that Greninja. Grats on the Shining Onion. Appreciate it. BCTCG, Journey Together. Sleeve blisters at Walmart. Journey Together sleeve blisters still popping up at Walmart. I've been ripping some, pulled Salamence. Dude, nice. You pulled my Grail from Journey. Your free will to ask if your turtle having free will is an illusion. Jose, what's up, brother? How we doing tonight? Justin L, Gold Stars. Gold Stars, question mark? Well, Justin, what do you want to talk about Gold Stars? Just hit me with a question. Are Gold Stars a good buy right now? Should I buy a Gold Star? What grade should I buy a Gold Star in? They're great in any grade, honestly. I would highly recommend not going after 9s or 10s, though, because they are fucking crazy right now. But I don't take my own advice, so you do you, bro. Gold Stars, what do we think about Gold Stars, guys? Gold Stars are probably one of the most overhyped vintage card right now, though. I love them, right? I've got them, but I think owning them gives me a little bit of credit to be like, these are not as great as people say they are. The artwork is pretty good. Is it much better than a lot of the older Sugimori art that came before it? I don't know. I think actually we've been brainwashed. Gold Stars, I don't think are better than a lot of the late WotC Hollows. In first edition, I think a lot of late WotC Hollows actually take a big dump on Gold Stars. And I mean, look at the crystals, man. Look at the Skyridge crystal, okay? And this is even kind of a goofy looking Charizard, but I mean, like, the Lugia is maybe a better example. But WotC just hits differently. It hits differently. Also, there were so many Gold Stars that we didn't get that I think that equally is a reason to criticize Gold Stars, is that we should have had, Fukuda did, he did a Feraligatr that's behind me, Unseen Forces Feraligatr. He did, he did a Tyranitar. He did a Tyranitar that's really good. I'm forgetting what that set was. But I feel like Gold Stars, they really should do a modern Gold Star. They really should. And I know you celebrations, but no. We need We need new gold stars. DeBoy Leroy, sounds like you and your boyfriend Scissor. Justin, is it a bubble or was it undervalued before in Japanese? Okay, so I guess that's what you mean by gold stars. Is it in a bubble or was undervalued before in Japanese? I think everything is kind of in a bubble right now, to be honest with you. I think everything could come crashing down. I value these pieces of cardboard probably more than most people do. And I think the vast majority of people, once you get to the kind of money to buy these cards, right? Like gold stars specifically too, that type of person doesn't worry about trying to time it, right? I think a lot of the people that are going to try and time this are people that are reselling or vendors, which kind of the same thing. They're good vendors, but mostly it's just reselling, and at a very rapid pace. So, a card could go to a couple tables and then become the new market price, overnight. I think that's how a lot of the market prices shift is a lot of shows. After a show, a card will really change hands so much that the market price changes. But I think it's all kind of bubbly right now. Japanese is actually a cheaper option for the most part. So if you're going to go for gold stars, Japanese could be a really good option. I think it's always been somewhat overvalued, though, to be honest with you. Even when I was buying them and they were way cheaper, overvalued. JD, has anyone told you that you look like Jeffrey Dahmer? Thanks, buddy. BCTCG. Grew up on opening gold stars. Still have a mint Groudon star. Always will be my fave era. Pretty good. Mason wants, how long have you been collecting for? So I've been collecting since 2019. BCTCG. Where was our gold star Gengar? That's true. That's true. We did not get a gold star Gengar. And honestly, gold star Gengar could have been like a more cartoony version of this level X. It would have been so sick. Like have him jumping out of the card at you. Ah, man. So much left to be desired. Really. Oh, well. So many better Pokemon we could have had. All right. We got 704 Chad in the building and Jeremy Golding. Hey, where's this look at? I'm really curious to know where people are that have a certain look and choice of hair and facial hairstyle. This look is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, man. Let's go. Just listen to nature. Hey, bro, do you think the 25th celebration's anniversary will take off next year with it being 30? So I don't know why that was so difficult for me to read that. I think that a lot of people like to think of these events and these catalysts like you would a stock market, like news, like press release. I think people are too focused on that news, right? It's 30th anniversary, so Pokemon's going to go crazy. Now, believe me, there are going to be some crazy products coming out with the 30th anniversary. But do I think it's enough of a reason to believe in a whole market? I don't know. We could see a major type of crash or correction and then have 30th anniversary and have things kind of pick back up. It'll be really interesting to see what happens here because things have only been moving up in price. It's been like this for weeks, months, maybe even it's been a full year. Pokemon's been straight bullish for an entire year. Things have not really cooled down, right? I mean, what do you guys feel like? I feel like it's been a whole year. It's just been like this. It's been getting worse and worse. What's the top 5 Scarlet Violet IRs in your opinion? I've been thinking maybe Groudon could see another run to 1K in a few months. I really do like Groudon, but I think the art is a little too dark for most people. I really like the Meryl. The Meryl from Paldea Evolved, the Meryl is sick. And I graded the Meryl myself. I'm so fucking proud of that Meryl. I cannot tell you how proud I am of that Meryl. So the Meryl from Paldea Evolved is really good. Even though the Magikarp is insane, I would say the Magikarp is up there. I do really like the Scizor. The Horsey, there's a Horsey. I think the Horsey's in Shrouded Fable. The Horsey's really, really nice. I know it's like super basic, but I think the Horsey's really, really nice. Like those light blue colors, they just look great. Let's see. The Drowsy was hyped up, but the Drowsy was pretty good from base set. Slowpoke was pretty good. The Grottle. There's the Grottle with the Meryl on top of the Grottle. That's a pretty sick illustration rare. The Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. Oh, dude, you want to know the most underrated? I'll tell you the most underrated Scarlet Violet illustration rares, along with an SIR, is the Obsidian Flames Pidgey Evolution line. So underrated. Such a good illustration rare set. Like, really, there's nothing else like it until you get to 151. There's nothing else like it. I mean, there is a Houndour illustration rare and a Houndoom illustration rare. It's true. We there are other evolutions, but I think, you know, with Obsidian Flames being so intentional, I think the Obsidian Flames Pidgey line is like one, and honestly, the Pidgeot's like one of the most beautiful. Like, dude, that vibrant blue, it looks killer. That card being worth nothing initially, like, bothered me a lot. I think it's still not worth much, but it's such a beautiful card. When the art is that good, I feel like it kind of deserves more respect and appreciation. Like, Bubble Mew is good, but like, I don't think Bubble Mew is like that much better than the Obsidian Flames Pidgey line, right? Art for art, like, they're both really, really good. Marvel Marshall, how we doing? JB, you think Hidden Fates Zard will do good long term still? I don't know if it'll age as well as Alt Arts for Modern. I don't think that the Hidden Fates Zard is all that special personally. But also, Hidden Fates Zard is kind of a historic Charizard card, right? Hidden Fates was a really big deal, and it's still kind of a big deal. And I think that that's always going to be, you know, the iconic chase card in that set. So, you know, I think if you've got one in a PSA 10 and you're happy with it, hold on to it. But if you don't like the artwork, if you don't like the artistic style of a card, like, for me, there's no reason to hold on to it. Even if there's money in the card, if you can't appreciate it art-wise, let go of it. And that's why I've considered letting go of some of my cards. Like for instance, I like a lot of the crystals, so I'm like trying to not get rid of any because I want to have them all together. But like this Kingdra, this art style to me is really, really lame. Like the fact that Kingdra looks like just like an animated CGI just looks terrible in my opinion. It looks, I think, if you think of like Pokemon Snap, it's like, or not Pokemon Snap, well, Pokemon Snap, but really what I meant to say is Stadium. If you think of like Pokemon Stadium, it's kind of got like Pokemon Stadium vibes. I'm just like, bro, like, it's still a dope card. Just hold on to it. But there's definitely cards that I have that I'm like, dude, sell these. You don't really like these that much. But, you know, when you have a full set, right? Like if you have a bunch of other Hidden Fates cards, then, and you got the Charizard in there with him, then I could see keeping everything, basically, as an example. But, yeah, Hidden Fates was a big deal. And obviously, like, Alt Arts, Sword and Shield Alt Arts, and SIRs, they're always going to be popular. They are going to, likely in the future, be similar to Gold Stars, right? There will be a time where they probably hit very similar prices. And we'll say, well, it doesn't really matter if it's low pop or scarce, because we are going to inevitably see Alt Arts hitting $10,000, $20,000. And while I'll probably be in shock of it at the time, the truth of the matter is that all this stuff is going to go up in value over time. And with inflation, just money is worth less every day, right? So, you know, I don't think it's, by the time alt arts hit $10,000, $20,000 for an alt art, which technically the team up alt art, the Latios, the Lovebirds, those technically that is an alt art and it did hit 10K. So that time has already come. But for like most of them to hit that kind of price point, in my opinion, like 10, 20 grand, at that time, vintage, most of those cards will be 50 to 100 grand. I genuinely think if inflation gets to that point, if those cards get to that point price-wise, so it's always going to be comparable, I think. But I could be wrong. We could see alt arts and moderns somehow surpassing vintage prices in the long term. That would be insane, wouldn't it? To see like super popular cards that are just like mass produced pass up the value of cards like, say, this Blaine's Charizard. We could see Phantasmal Flames Charizard hit $20,000 in market price before Blaine's Charizard does. You know, like that's just an example. I'm going to let the market speak, though. You know, once the alt arts really get very competitive with vintage, like regularly, I think at that point I'm just going to like give up. I'm going to be like, look, people just don't like vintage. That's just because at this point the cards are the same price and people are still buying modern cards for insane amounts of money. I've been thinking, Brian, since January 25, Gold Star Mudkip was 2.5K in February 25. Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. Brian's right on the money. It's been crazy, bro. Like all of a sudden, like everything changed. Everything changed. Or someone got rich in the stock market and they just decided to go all in on Gold Stars, which would be very easy to do because they don't pop up on the market that often. And they have been lately because they're getting sold like crazy at these prices. Same as gold, crypto, ETC, economy falling. Just listen to nature. One more question. The Mega Inferno X, do you think price goes up long term? It's a hard pull rate. Japanese is not my it's not my specialty. If you're talking about the Japanese Charizard or the Japanese set, which I think is what you're talking about, not my specialty. I really couldn't tell you. What I will tell you is that Phantasmal Flames, no matter how much of it gets printed, that set's going to go wild. That set's going to go wild. People are going to pay an arm and a leg for that set no matter what happens. And if they don't, I will, because I really like that Charizard. But I feel like everybody feels that way. Gray, appreciate you, buddy. Sister long time no see. What's good? Turtle, yeah, the Pidgey line especially, sequential could go crazy. The Ralts, the Curlia and Gardevoir evolution line, that could be nuts. Gardevoir, that's a better line. No, that's a better line. I like the Pidgey line, though. Don't talk smack about my Pidgey. Spooky, its belly is so off-centered. JB, yeah, I do have one. I thought about selling it and getting the Brilliant Star Zard instead. That Zard is so much better to me. I gotta be right there with you guys. I have a Brilliant Star Zard and a 10, but I also keep one on the shelf at all times. This one is a slightly different print color. It's like a lot lighter. If you buy one, you definitely want this copy. There's two different variants, and for me, like, dude, this lighter color variant is so crazy. And this is a 9. This is only a 9, but I still feel like it smacks way harder than my 10. In fact, I'll just get my other Brilliant Star Zard out. Like, let's see. Here it is. So here's the two together. Like, I love Modern. Don't get me wrong. I love Modern. But you can see such a big color difference in these two. Right? Like, this copy looks so much nicer. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild how that works? Like, I don't know. I don't know if it shows well in the screen, but this copy just looks so much cleaner. But yeah, I like Modern. I like Modern for sure. I'm not going to pump something that I think could come crashing down at any moment. And I genuinely do think that Modern could come crashing down at any moment. We've seen it before. Wouldn't be surprised to see it again. And Vintage too. But still think at the end of the day, Vintage is going to be way harder to get your hands on in another year or so. We got, appreciate the donation. Wait, hold up. Will Barrett. What's good? Back again. Yo, what's good, Will? Let's see. Marley, how we doing? Becker, how we doing? I am a collector. The Card Baron. No alt arts are ever hitting 20K. That's what you would think, but I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of alt arts that hit 20K. Will it be in 10 years, though, is the question. Will it be in 5 years? It might shock you. It's probably going to shock all of us how these cards, how they trace in value. Jersey Mike's has 12-inch subs at $19. Inflation ain't no joke. Card Baron, buy Legendary Collection, EX, Team Rocket Returns, Call of Legends, and EX Deoxys for the most scarce. For sure. Solid advice there. Legendary Collection, super hard to find mint cards. EX era, definitely good. Team Rocket Returns, definitely good. I'm selling a lot of my Team Rocket Returns reverses and hollows. Those things just move. Call of Legends, for sure. EX Deoxys, that's such an easy one. But the print quality is so bad that, like, even if you get a mint EX Deoxys card, still never really truly mint. That's the problem with EX Deoxys. If you're super OCD like me, it's not the best set to collect. Like, Gold Star Rayquaza, even mine, like every single copy I've seen has some kind of blemish on it, even if it's mint. And that's probably just from factory. They're just like that. Whether they have silvering or whether they have scratches or whether they have some kind of lifting. I have seen it all. JB, Temporal Forces Ghastly. Temporal Forces Ghastly is sick. I have a bad taste in my mouth from that card, though, from it getting pumped so heavily. Definitely wish I had that one, especially with Halloween around the corner. Might be important to actually do a video on that, talking about how seasonal buying is a real thing. And around Halloween, people may be looking for cards, which I didn't really plan this, guys, but we're holding up Gengar again, right? Seasonal buying may or may not be a legit thing, but spooky season is around the corner. People may be buying Gengar cards. Who knows? I got the Gengar Mimikyu GX in there in a 10. Might have something special to show you guys. Kind of don't want to spoil anything yet. But guys, I've been going crazy. I've been going crazy on my collection lately, and I'm not fully proud of it, but I have some crazy shit you guys are gonna see coming in. Not that I already haven't had a lot of crazy shit coming in, but we're going balls deep in vintage. Developers UPC, what to do with Destined Rivals? What do we do with Destined Rivals, right? Destined Rivals has an amazing set. It really does. I mean, the Crobat, the Mewtwo, and the Nidoking for me, just right off the rip. Those are really good. I graded the Kangaskhan illustration rare a 10, and I'm keeping that. Destined Rivals has a lot of solid stuff in it. Not a huge fan of the Moltres. Not a huge fan of the trainers being in all the other art cards, like Ethan with the Typhlosion. And what have you. But the Misty's Lapras is sick. Misty's Lapras goes hard. I think there's a Misty Psyduck as well. Those go super hard. I haven't checked up on those, but they're probably going bonkers still. Destined Rivals right now, I think is just like, even if they do a reprint of Destined Rivals, I still think Destined Rivals is one of those sets that just hold on to it. Just hold on to it. No, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't mean for anybody who's collecting Modern to be, like, hurt by a crash. I just hope that the rest of us have a chance to maybe pad our stock too, and like get a couple boxes, get a couple UPCs. Maybe if they release some collection boxes, just get some stuff that comes down the pipeline. I'm not like hoping that anybody loses a bunch of money or like feels like they got totally burned. I think people are going to get burned regardless, but that's not my intention for people. Like I hope we all get a chance to buy more product, because me personally, I'm not crying about it. I'm buying cards that I like still, but I haven't seen a Pokemon product in the stores here in Charlotte for like months now. So it's like whatever. I usually never pull anything good. My luck is shit. Like we never get SIRs or IRs. If we do, it's like once in a blue moon. And there have been some awesome ones that we pulled, right? But it's very rare. So I'm not like crying about it too much, but it would be nice to be able to go in and just be like, I'm just going to grab a couple of these just to be in on the action, you know? At MSRP though. But I understand like a lot of people are worried that, you know, things are going to tank. They need to get out. And like, I don't think like Pokemon, I think is a lot more stable than that, right? I don't think we're ever going to need to worry about a real big crash that really burns people. I just think people might overspend and then the market pulls back a little bit. And then people are like, oh, damn, if I would have just waited a little bit, Pokemon was going to print and restock so much more. And now I'm able to get this at a slightly reduced cost. But the way things are going, I'm probably wrong. Saw someone win a PSA 4 Gold Star Gary auction, $1,750, relisted at $3,000 immediately. Yeah, good luck on 3K for PSA 4 Gary. Poke Eden, so we be paying prices for PSA 10s. Yeah. Marvel, what do you think about the OG Ancient? I think you're talking about the Ancient Mew, the OG Ancient Mew. Ancient Mew is sick, and I've got one on my shelf. Card Baron by PSA 10 staff pre-release. So Card Baron, we have someone. I don't know if you're in our Discord, but we have someone in the Discord who's like all about staff cards. I will say the staff cards have that really nice gold lettering at the bottom of them. And, like, anything that's kind of reminiscent of Gold Stars with, like, gold foiling, like the Level X's and the staff promos, and the World Championship cards, too. Like, I had a World Championship Pikachu, which I'm already like, you're going to regret getting rid of that World Championship Pikachu. Like, I had a World Championship 2025 Pikachu, and it was only worth, like, $200, but I paid $100 for it. Well, why? And I literally paid for it and sold it. And I did it. I have big bills. Got to pay the mortgage. I'm just like, I have to keep stuff moving. But like, and I knew that it wouldn't 10. But I'm definitely like, looking back on that, I'm already regretting that I got rid of that World Championships Pikachu. That card was sick. But yeah, staff cards are sick too. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Any of those special cards with that gold foiling or lettering in any way, those are cool. Developers, I got 2 Fusion Mew VMAX PSA 10. One is light colored and the one is dark too. That's dope. And I don't know if it was you that commented on another video, but yeah, that's sick. That you can get those color variations. The lighter color is the best. Yeah, sealed will generally be safe. You know, I don't want people taking like my word on like, no, vintage is gonna outperform everything. Like I don't think I've ever said that. I'm probably thinking it, but I try to be like conscientious about what I'm saying on YouTube because I know I have a bigger audience now than I used to. But like, yeah, Pokemon is always going to be a stable thing to have your money tied into. But pushing it as an investment, at the level that we've pushed it at, I think it's just gotten super overplayed. That like we're all going to become millionaires off Pokemon. Well, then why is it that the average collector is in heavy debt, doesn't have their shit together, financially is falling apart, and yet Pokemon is going to save us all, right? So I think that narrative, pushing that narrative is really going to hurt a lot of people. Because this hobby takes time. It's not something to just jump into with a mindset of, I'm going to make money in this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm always like conflicted on trying to be frank and tell people how it is, and then also trying to walk on the line of like being, being reasonable and, trying to think about the perspective of someone new coming in that doesn't want to be like freaked out. Like this guy's saying that like this is a waste of my money and time. I just think that there's better things to do than like a lot of the modern stuff coming out right now. Onion Sires, her buddy, how we doing? Okay, Pokemon, should we hold the raw cards or grade them now? I mean, grading is so expensive right now. I'm just selling a lot of my raw stuff. Grade only what you think will get a PSA 10. And you better be damn sure it's getting a PSA 10. What do you think about HMU? Yeah, dude, I think the HMU is sick. I got HMU on my shelf. Where is it? There it is. All the way back here. I literally keep this card on my shelf. Like, my shelf doesn't have any of my grails. But I keep a lot of fun cards. Fun cards. Honestly, the Trick or Trade bundle pack thing looks so dope right there with the Gengar on it. I love that little Trick or Trade. I'm so glad I grabbed one of those. J Fish, been stacking 9s lately. Most of them super undervalued at the moment. It's not that I think 9s are undervalued. I just think you're not paying for the grading, basically. Someone was confident that it could get a 10 maybe, and you're not having to pay for that. You're still getting the mint condition card, and it's graded, and you're not paying the grading fees. So yeah, I think 9s are a good way to go in a lot of ways, especially for vintage. Rizzo, yo, finally caught alive. What's good? Bob the Builder, yo, what's good? EX Delta Species, gas. Yo, we got another one of those on the wall. I got a little bit of everything over here. Dude, this is one of my favorites. The Fukuda for Alligator. I shouldn't even be showing this. I don't need people to know my sauce. But the Fukuda for Alligator is so freaking good. But yeah, Delta Species wise, this one is not listed on my eBay. I should sell it because it's only a 6. But even I collect and have cards in my collection that are not like mint cards. I'm very proud of this 6 too. Pick this card up for nothing. Pick this thing up for nothing. Like, I don't know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks maybe max. PSA 6 is worth some decent money, honestly. But it's just the fact that we held on to that for so long and got it graded. Damn, that card's sick. That card is sick. And that's also why I want to grade a lot of my raw, even though I'm not, I'm listing most of my raw. But I'm like, bro, even if they get 6s or 7s, in 10 years, that might be a smart thing to grade it now. But whatever. We're going to sell it raw and roll it into some other stuff. Japanese cards, better quality. I 100% agree with you, Sonny. Bob the Builder, so many PSA 10 EX Delta Species have whitening and blemishes. Very true. J-Fish HMU is beautiful. Favorite card. Kevin Larson, seasonal is a legit thing, 100%. Okay, if you guys believe that seasonal buying and investing is a legit thing in Pokemon, definitely let me know in the chat, because maybe tomorrow's video will be from you guys influencing me to make something like that. Especially with Halloween around the corner, I feel like it's a really good topic that maybe other people won't even think about. So, and I try to find things that are a little bit interesting, something new. It's either new information to me or just a new idea. Coffee snacks, I'm starting to see PSA 9s worth more than raw for modern cards. It's great for my PSA 9 collection, but it's also scary at the same time. Seems like a bubble getting ready to pop. Right, we've never seen PSA 9s gaining value like that. Kevin Larson, Valentine's Day or couple Pokemon, Christmas, snow type, couples, anniversary season, gifts, half hour in and still only one like, come on chat. JB, I wish Gengar would get a proper alt art. I'm not a fan of the VMAX Fusion shot. Thank you. JB hit the nail on the head. Thank you. I agree. Woo, excuse me. I agree, guys. Why didn't we get an alt art? It's stupid. Like, why didn't we just get a really good Alt Art V Gengar? Would have been a game changer. It's okay. They were saving it for Mega Era. We weren't worthy of it in Scarlet and Violet. And well, actually, no, Scarlet and Violet, or no. Okay, so we kind of did get something interesting though. We got the trainer gallery from Lost Origin, the Gengar trainer gallery, which that card went on a tear. That card I think makes up for it. So we got a VMAX Alt Art Infusion Strike, but in Lost Origin we got a sick Gengar like with a like tribe fucking dancing in the darkness with like knives and like, dude, bro, it was sick. That's a sick card. I'll consider that like my Alt Art. Sir, it's a 6. Austin, who are we banning? Kevin, no to PSA, use Beckett. Drew, to be honest, that's all I've ever bought graded-wise was PSA 9s. Nice. Dr. Rocket, seasonal buyer, personally. Scooping up Gengar and other Halloween-adjacent cards and posting about them. Which is another thing for people that make content. Content creators love that kind of thing. Whether it's Instagram or YouTube, really. Mainly Instagram and TikTok. You're probably going to see a lot of TikTok girls and Instagram girls doing spooky, sexy, I don't even know, just Halloween Pokemon, but with like something very spooky and sexy. You know what I mean. They be doing that. I'm not 10 minutes behind. You're 10 minutes behind. Morty's Conviction's pretty good, but he makes Gengar seem like a fluffy little bear. Like, Gengar doesn't seem like Gengar in that one. Bob the Builder, what's your thoughts on the V pumping? I thought it was super underrated when it was like 4 or 550 at the same time. The Moonbreon was 2K. V should be considered the Moonbreon too. I like the Umbreon V. I have the Umbreon V in a 10. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm rooting for Modern, but I feel bad for all the people that are buying Modern. Because all the stuff I bought for way, way, way cheaper. And, like, I also hate when people say that to me, like, yo, I bought the cards you're buying for way, way cheaper, like, last year or, like, several years ago. Because, like, we're all getting in when we get in. So, you know what? For everybody out there buying alt arts at the prices they're buying them at now, good for you. I couldn't do it, but good for you. No, not that I couldn't do it. I could do it, but I would be broke for sure. Like, it's crazy. Alt arts are going wild, bro. What are your thoughts on reverse foils? Better than the hollows? Yeah, a lot of the reverses are better than the hollows in terms of rarity, scarcity, and sometimes art just being more unique. The reverse hollow definitely adds a flair of uniqueness. I don't know if that's a word. Dude, the Gengar Pikachu, dude, that thing is fire. Yo, let's talk about the Burger Chew for my boy Fortress. What do you guys think about the Burger Chew right now? The Burger Chew has fallen now right under $200. Will it go down to $50? Almost 40,000 of them in PSA 10. And I'm wondering, guys, I love Pikachu. Maybe the McDonald's, the Japanese Pikachu is not that big of a deal to people. I like it. I can get behind it. And I would certainly get behind it if it was $50, $100 in a PSA 10. That's a card that I would believe in. Because one, I do think it has historical significance. It's kind of like someone called it a meme coin. The whole bullshit, all the bullshit with people in the Happy Meals and all the wasted food, maybe we shouldn't support such a card. But I think because of all of that, it's worth being like, yo, you remember the dumb shit people did to get this thing? You know, I don't know. I think that card could actually have some potential. We've been talking about it a lot on the Discord. I wonder what you guys think. I don't really care for trainers, but Penny from Paladin Fates is undervalued. I have the Penny! Yo, let's go! I have the Penny in a 10. I think it's because the Umbreon, I think, yeah, especially with the Umbreon. Like, the Penny is a little bit undervalued. I also have the Lana's Aid, which is kind of a weird one, but it has Corphish in it, and I fuck with Corphish. When are we going to get a Corphish IR rare that's just beast? Yo, we need a Corphish. Yeah, Austin, you need the gold plasma Blastoise. I don't like it, but you need to get it. Yeah, if that had a Cosmos Hollow, it would have been sick. But yo, it reminded me of the English McDonald's Pikachu that I got a while back. Bro, I keep showing this on the Discord, but I fuck with this. I fuck with this one so heavy. I'm still thinking about grading a lot of this stuff. I really shouldn't grade it. I'm just gonna end up getting fucking destroyed probably. I got my grading pile down to like a really considerably small size though. This is everything I'll be sending to get graded. It's very small compared to what it was before. But, ooh. And since I got the Pikachu next to this 151 Gengar, I think Gengar being super popular lately, these 151 Gengar could be a move. Honestly, like, dude, the artwork is incredible. I don't know why I never talked about it sooner, but yeah, Komiya on the 151 Gengar is incredible. And then, yo, this freaking, the McDonald's, the English Pikachu promo, bro, this thing slaps. I'm tempted to just sell that raw, too, because there are probably people that would buy it raw for grading at this point. And I'm like, bro, it's probably going to get a 10. It's such a good chance it gets a 10. We got some Salamence we still want to send in. Yeah, I got some goodies. I got some goodies that I still want to send in a PSA. I haven't been burned enough, I guess. Oh, sitting back down. That one dude who spent 21K on the Black Label needs to get therapy. Yeah, I mean, whoever bought that must have been rich already. It doesn't make it hurt any less. Like sometimes I'm like, people that are buying those are probably rich anyways. They deserve to lose money. But like, the reality is, even when you have a lot of money, you hate seeing yourself making those mistakes. Acid, how we doing? Grant Sander, how we doing? I heard McDonald's is giving away PSA 10 Burger Chew soon. No way. That's funny. That's funny. I mean, basically, they are going to be giving it away. Bob the Builder, I think it should be 150 max. 150. Some people in my Discord think $50 is where it's going to go. I don't think it's going to go down to $50. I think it's a little bit too iconic of a release for that. Oh my god, my favorite YouTuber. We're talking about your card, loser. I love you too. Kevin, Poke got Burger Chew packs for $70 sealed. Yeah, that might mean those are gonna go down even more now. Sunny D, everyone and their grandma holding on to sealed product. Crash is coming. Sunny D, I like how bold you are. Crash is coming, y'all. Crash is coming. I wish I could say that with conviction. So many people would probably flame me. But I think there's a crash is coming. I just don't think I have the guts to say that, like, for sure it's coming and everybody's going to get burned. But if it does happen, I'm going to be like, see, I was talking about this. I was warning about this. I just didn't definitively say it's definitely coming, but feels like we're due for something major. But it's not that simple, man. There's a lot more people into the hobby now than there were before. Burger Chew will rise again. It reminds me of the Van Gogh. Cashmere, I'm gonna side with you a little bit there, and I'm gonna debate a little bit there. It does remind me a little bit of the Van Gogh in the way that it can tank. The problem is the Van Gogh was an English release. So the Van Gogh, I think, has a lot more pull. Also, the collaboration being a Van Gogh collaboration. Well, Van Gogh Museum, right? God, just imagine if it was a collaboration with Van Gogh. He was like he's 120 years old, and he's like, I'm collaborating with Pokemon. It would be wild. It's almost, the price almost makes you wonder, like, damn, people must think this was a legit collaboration with Van Gogh. Cashmere, do you have a favorite Pokemon card artist? That's a great one. And you know what? I think I'm going to go with Ken Sugimori. I think right off the bat, I kind of knew that was going to be my answer. As soon as I saw artist, I probably thought of Sugimori. Fukuda did the Gold Stars, and that's great. And I love his art style, but I don't love his art style more than say someone like Sato, who did the Crystal Skyridge Charizard, and I don't like his art more than someone, say, Arita. And I know that I don't like Arita's art more than Sugimori. Now, Arita is the GOAT, but Sugimori he's got that flair with the watercolor. That's just that style that makes me feel like vintage Pokemon is always going to be more valuable than everything else. You have to understand about me. This isn't my wild card that I throw out there that makes me right about this stuff, but it's the truth. I come from a family of renowned artists. I have some taste for artwork. It was never really my thing. I have a lot of my parents' artwork in my house. It makes me feel like I'm closer to them, but it also gives me kind of an insight into their creative minds. And like when I see the Sugimori artwork and those lighter colors, it takes me to a different time where the art was more simplistic and the art was pure and the mindset was, I'm going to create something incredible that has blown the world away. Something they've never seen before, something revolutionary. It's really hard for artists to feel that way in the current environment of Pokemon. Like, they're constantly like, think about it. They can do it. Phantasmal Flames Charizard is a perfect example. It can be done. You can take it up a notch the next level art-wise. But there's also a lot going on there. Less is more. So I think that's kind of how I feel. So yeah, Sugimori. Yukimori, dope. Just sell it. Your time's too valuable. Modern Pop can never compete with Vintage Pop. But even Modern Pop of 20K is nothing when millions are into the hobby. So JB, love that point. That's kind of that should be fundamental knowledge for everybody at this point. And people love to use that one. Like the demand is so much higher for the more modern arts. But I'm going to continue saying the same thing that I've always said. Just fundamentally, there's still more of them out there for people to choose from. I do not have any victory medals. 25th anniversary McDonald's Pika. I knew it. 25th anniversary Pika. I have it in PSA 10, but I'll never sell it because it was a gift from my friend. Dude, nice. Orion, what's up? What's up, bro? Fortress Orion, I recently picked up 900 vintage Diamond Pearl Black White Heart Gold Soul Silver Hollows in near mint condition for $930. Comes in next week. Holy crap. 900? 900? 900. What in the world? Oh my lord. Nigo store selling my collection and going all in myself. Best decision I'm going to make. You only 30 once in your life. Colton, how we doing? Developers, Crash is coming on Modern for sure. Not today, Charizard. The crash only impacts people who are trying to make money from the hobby, which very well could be a good thing. For that reason, even more so. Austin, if you say it and it isn't you, you can't choose which video is in reference to how correct you were in the future. Drew Winchester, I definitely want to downsize my collection, sell off duplicates. You should. You definitely should. Not for today. Not today. Burgachu, probably most overhyped car in the market 2 weeks ago. It's now not even relevant. But us, not even talking about it, but us. And we're only doing it because Fortress bought like 1,000 of them. Fortress will be the first in the Discord to become a Poke Millionaire. How many drinks in are we, sir? I'm not in on any drinks. I'm just in a good mood. I'm probably in a good mood because I haven't drank in a while, actually. Water, my guys. Water, my guys. Bob the Builder. Ken Sugimori, such a classic artist. I have a PSA 10 Altaria Hollow EX Power Keepers. Legit same art from the original series. Love it. Sugimori's card ass. So I will get some card ass cards eventually. JB Sugimori OG Zard art. So good. We only have the CD promos and never an English version Zard of that art. But I do believe he did Blaine's Charizard, which, yeah, and which most of the gym sets, which is probably why I like gym sets so much. Pretty damn good, guys. Pretty damn good. Pretty good artwork. Oh, that was going in the wrong slot. Sugimori is amazing. What are your top 3 Sugimori cards, purely art-wise? Blaine's Charizard, I wanted for a really long time, but I put that one off for such a long time. Probably the Blaine Zard and the Sabrina's Gengar, which is why it sucks that I'm not going to be able to get a PSA 10 of the Sabrina's Gengar. Those are probably my top 2 Sugimori arts, though. Was that Arita? No, he did do Blastoise. Okay, I was going to say Blastoise from base set, but I wasn't 100%. Did he do Venusaur? Because we know Arita did Charizard. Did you do Venusaur? No, Arita did Venusaur. Interesting. Arita did Charizard and Venusaur. That's so funny. So, yeah, I would say do the Alakazam or the Blastoise from first at base. These are both really good. Simple, but beautiful. That fat Blastoise is never going to get old. I thought I knew that, right? But I wasn't sure off the top of my head. Yeah, he did that one. Who did the Mewtwo? Sugimori did the Mewtwo as well. The Mewtwo is pretty good. With that older art style. But I will say, if we got Cardass in English, that would have been fire. Orion, if Collector or PokeNotify asked, would you do a sponsorship? If they asked, oh God, that would be so tough, right? Because it would be cool to do a sponsorship like that, but at the same time, I literally just dropped a video where I was like, like all these people trying to track their collections solely just to see how much they're up, right? How much their collection is worth more now. Like, people to feel like I'm making money doing this thing. I don't know. I kind of have mixed opinions on that. Opossum made a similar video. I'm going to say no, though. I'm going to say no. Because a lot of people have tried to get me to sponsor products on my channel, and I've not done it once. So if people want to send me stuff, I'll show stuff that people send me, like gifts, fan mail, stuff like that. But other than that, like, I don't really do like sponsorships or like really anything outside of just making the content that I want to make. I would definitely have to think about it. I'd probably, like, I don't think it would be that big of a deal either. Like, would it really help me out that much? I'd probably have an affiliate link. People would click it. I would get some kind of payment based on the clicks or something like that. I don't know. I actually have never done a sponsorship, so I have no idea how that would work. Kashmir, Sugimori is amazing. I'm just getting into learning about the various artists. So Arita and Sugimori are like the basics, right? There's not a lot of people saying Sugimori art is the GOAT, but those are the basic ones that you should know. And eventually you'll get so used to seeing their older art that you'll recognize it immediately. Oh, God, I forgot about Komiya. I'm going to be sick. And there's another artist that's very similar to Komiya. Oh, God, he's been talked about way more with modern. I think he did the Giratina. Wait, hold up. So the artist that did Giratina, was that Komiya? Kanda, Shinji Kanda. Right, so show Kanda's artwork and Komiya's artwork. In terms of actually artists, like making very abstract stuff, I would say they're probably right underneath Sugimori. Well, shit. I can't put them above Arita. Damn. Because, Sugimori and Arita, they paved a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they started it out. So I got to pay my respects to them. But, yeah, I'd probably go Sugimori, Arita, Komiya, Kanda, Or maybe it would go Fukuda. Maybe I'm not giving Fukuda enough credit. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. But... And then there's a bajillion artists that really don't get a lot of mention. You got to be in this thing. You got to get a vast majority of the good arts to actually get a mention and be known as an artist. Which is sad because these cards come and go so quick. It's hard for people to even be remembered. Dude, that's insane. That's insane. Win, yo, how we doing? Having fun with SpongeBob. Love to hear it. Trickster, would you rather keep all your gold stars or trade them for a PSA 10 gold star Rayquaza? Damn, Trickster with the questions. Y'all know I love my Rayquaza. Look at this pretty boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at me with my Fukuda Rayquaza. Oh, baby. The holo's not even really popping off, though. Okay. I'm pretty happy with my 9, to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't really need a 10 at this point. I've had this 9 for a long time, and I'm happy with it. Now, if it was an international copy with slightly clearer print lines, slightly clearer quality, yeah, no, I'd probably give up a lot of my PSA 10 collection to get that card. Yeah. Because I've been here, I've done that, but also, that's because I don't have the Umbreon right now. So I haven't finished it yet. If I finished it, I don't know if I would be willing to break that up. We're very close to finishing the gold stars, guys. That's collector, not Poke Notify. So maybe for Poke Notify, yeah, I would probably do sponsor for them for sure. How about Folex? How goes Yu-Gi-Oh! Grails hunt? Okay, let's not talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Grails hunt. Okay, it's too soon. I'm not ready yet. I'm still buying too many Pokemon cards. And I just bought a duplicate of something crazy. I don't even know why I did it. I had to do it. It just like something was just telling me you need this extra copy. So I'll show you guys that in a couple days. I think you guys are going to troll me for buying another one of these cards. But I'll show you guys tomorrow. And I might sell it, I might not. We'll see. Butt Sauce, Orion. For some of your more expensive cards, you ever have moments where you just want to sell? Trying to catch me slipping? Is there any more water in this? Okay. Like when the Skyridge Crystal Zard hit 45K recently, sold. Or the first edition Charizard recently sold for like 40, 50. Or the, what's another good one? The Rayquaza, when the Rayquaza finally started selling like in the 20s, or like when the Gold Star Charizard finally sold for like over $10,000, really any of the Gold Stars at this point, or like when I see that every single Skyridge Gengar is listed for like $40,000 right now on eBay, 25 starts to not look so bad. Or like, let's see, what's another good card that I have? When Nidoking, I paid 2.1 for Nidoking. When Nidoking became like a $10,000 crystal card and a PSA 10, not once did I think about selling. Not once. Didn't even cross my mind. Not even a little bit. It's taken so long to have these cards. I have worked harder than I've worked in my entire life. Literally, of all things, Pokemon cards. To try and acquire these cards. It's craziness. I have problems. But we did it. And now I have some of the most premier Pokemon cards in my hand. If you saw the cards that are in my collection on a vendor table, it would honestly be one of the craziest vendor tables at a show. It really would be. But yeah, man, all jokes aside, no, not once. I never really thought about it. Because I'm always looking for more cards. So, like, even if I sold, it would just be like, well, what do I buy now? Like, what do we go after now? Like, if we had an emergency, right? Like, it's funny because we bought this house, and if I sold my entire collection right now, it would seriously help us pay down the house quicker. But here I am, still buying cards, buying more cards. I don't necessarily think what I'm doing is going to be smart, but I'm a collector. I'm naturally a collector. And I think if a lot of people could afford to continue collecting, even in this environment, they would continue doing it, regardless if the prices are high or low. So I really can't blame people that are buying sealed product and paying $300 for a booster box, or paying $600 for Destin Rivals booster box, or paying $2,000 for Bubble Mew. You know what? Everybody has their own situation that works for them. And for me, I can afford to continue buying these cards, so I just continue buying them. And I somehow always seem to get by, you know? I somehow just seem to squeeze by, you know? I've never been in a situation. Now, I will say I could have sold this stuff to help us buy this house. We would have been able to have the money a lot sooner. And y'all know, like, anybody who's on this channel, I talked about, I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to buy a house. We're looking at houses. Guys, you guys that are in here, how long did I talk about buying a house? I won't even say it. Just, you can talk about that, because I talked about it for a long time, and everyone was like, bro, you should sell your cards, buy the house, like, you could help your family. And then I had a huge, massive sealed collection deal that we were going to do for 92% market. I wanted like 95% market or some shit like that. And it ended up falling through, and I regretted it so much at the time. I felt like such an idiot at the time. Everyone was telling me to sell. And now I'm pretty sure the numbers are up a good bit from that price. Even if they would have paid 100% market, I'm pretty sure the numbers are up quite a lot. Man, I have some stuff to catch up on. But yeah, let's not talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know how I just went into that crazy direction. Yeah, butt sauce, you got the questions. And I just don't know how to shut up. I just keep talking. Fortress. And also, this stream was supposed to have ended 10 minutes ago. 3 more minutes, and I'm going to hang out with Diana. When are you buying Hoopa 150? Bro, you and the Hoopa. That's called an addiction. Definitely somewhat of an addiction, more than collecting, maybe even. Calvin, is the bar your full-time job? Yes, the bar is my full-time job. I do some part-time at another bar. Even though, honestly, I have it so good at the bar that we run. Honestly, I'm not going to be working at the other bar for very much longer. Like, it's something that I'm just doing to bring in a little bit of extra cash right now. But for the most part, I love our bar. It's not quite at the point where it's providing me with enough money where I can continue collecting what I'm collecting. That's why I got another job. I also sell on eBay. Also, I do YouTube. So the bar is my full-time job, but it's a full-time job doing eBay, doing YouTube, having a family, and just balancing time with them. So I feel like I'm spread super thin right now. And a lot of days I don't even know, like, I'm like, bro, I just don't even want to get up. Everybody feels that way every once in a while, but a lot of days I'm just like, I just do not want to get up today. I can't do it. I can't do today, but doesn't matter. Life doesn't care. I have a family to provide for and Pokemon cards to buy. So we gotta grind it out. So the bar is my main source of income, and I'm very, very thankful for it. In fact, when someone can't show up on a shift, I'm usually happier because I know that I'm gonna make all the money in tips. So Chevy 5-speed, the yellow, white colors of the candy corn seem to have unique consistency from the orange. Wonder if it's just me. Thought they were supposed to be the same. But they do seem fairly distinct. Just sell off 10%. PJ, if you can afford it, buy it. But you seem, if you can afford it, cool. But you seem to go overboard lately. Oh, I've been overboard. It's been overboard lately for sure. Good choice on keeping your sealed. Well, it was more ignorance than anything. Or greed. It was greed. I wanted too much for it. Corey, you think the Raichu, Alolan Raichu rainbow card from Unifying is a good pickup? I like a lot of those rainbow cards. As far as being a good pickup, if you like it, if you like the art, then it's always a good pickup. Those rainbows are pretty sick though. And I'm trying to get the Raichu GX tag team card. I still need that. BJ, you're working your ass off just to buy too many cards. Right, dude. I do need to slow down. I do. The problem is I'm constantly trying to find cards that are so difficult to find. Like bro, the Neo Genesis Lugia. This is my second copy within the last month. I'm pretty sure this is the second copy I've had within the last month. This one has the same imperfection that my last one has. So I'm my mind is always running and racing, trying to find more of these cards. And I feel like I just need to get a 9 of everything that I want and just to have placeholders because I cannot afford to keep buying 10s. I'm burning out. But bro, that's the thing. In another month, I might not be burnt out. And I might be like, oh my God, I can't believe I bought these cards. I'm so happy that I went ahead and bought these. Someone's asking about QuantumScape. I know I saw some chat about QuantumScape, and it's going very well right now, but I'm hoping that can save me. What's your lowest pop card? My lowest pop card? Bro, it's probably this guy. So this is an error stamp. It's got a double stamp. I haven't seen this as an error card anywhere. So I feel like this card is actually extremely rare and one of my lowest pop cards. I really love it, but it's not like a rare card by any means, but definitely cool. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those weird cards, so probably not a lot of people care about. Candy corn is terrible. Doctor, thoughts on the new Ruby Sapphire sets that are coming down the pipeline? Oh, it's going to be absolute madness. Absolute madness. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, cooked. Stasia, do you think the gold Mega Lucario is going to tank? Maybe not, because it's that hard to pull, but I don't really like it. Did I miss something about QuantumScape? I might have missed something. Oh, no, I did. I went by it already. Doctor, what's the update you talked about with QuantumScape? Yeah, so QuantumScape is a company that I invested a lot of money into. If you guys want an actual investment, I finally, for the first time ever, feel pretty confident to talk about this really short. Before I go and leave you guys, I want to leave you with something. QuantumScape is developing the next generation of battery technology. This will change the world. This will change everything. If I did anything that was even slightly remotely intellectual or genius or big brain, this would be it. Now, where I bought at was way higher, not big brain. Where you can buy at is where I'm averaged at right now. I am still buying this stock. I'm still buying it currently. I have roughly over 8,000 shares, maybe 8,200 or 8,300, but I'm still buying it. I would actually like to get up to 10,000 shares. That would be epic, just to say that I have 10,000 shares of a company. But instead of buying a bunch of Pokemon cards, you could consider buying into a stock that someone you know is very passionate about and very heavy on. Now, do what you will with that, but they are replacing lithium-ion technology with solid-state battery technology. They've recently tested the battery tech inside of a Ducati that did very, very well on the track. The sky is the limit, in my opinion. The stock has been very, very stable and very volatile. I freaking was sleeping in this morning, and I woke up and Diana was like, "Did you see QuantumScape? It was up a lot." And I was like, "You didn't wake me?" right now we cannot mess around. The amount of money that I have in this company, we cannot mess around right now. I cannot sleep through a major peak on QuantumScape. When it goes up, the next rip, I need to sell it so that when it goes back down, I can buy those shares back and keep some of that profit. Maybe even just buy more with it. That's probably going to be my strategy with QuantumScape, and I'm going to start branching out. Once I make my money back on QuantumScape, I'll start branching out and picking other stocks to play around with. Definitely some more stable stuff probably, because QuantumScape was my biggest risk ever in life, and it seems like it's panning out, but the company has had some major breakthroughs, and for everybody that's supported me on this channel, I don't want you guys to invest in something that I'm invested in just because I'm invested in it, right? But for everybody that's supported me on this channel, if there's anything you can get from me, if I end up becoming some kind of like stock millionaire, okay? Let's throw it out there. Let's fantasize here. If that happens to me, and I was sitting here telling you guys, I think you should buy into this company, I believe in this company, I think it's got a long way to go, then those of you here right now may benefit from that. Maybe buy one share. Maybe buy one share and just track it and see what happens. I have no regrets from buying this company other than I wish I would have bought more. I wish I would have bought a lot more. So that's all I've got for you guys. Justin L., what's your take on BGS 9.5 for a cheaper option than PSA 10? I like the BGS 9.5s. Go for it. If it makes you happy, go for it. And also, if you're saving a lot of money, that's also a great alternative, especially if most of your collection is BGS anyways. Joe Boyd, what modern boxes are you going to buy? So since this is a Pokemon chat, modern boxes I'm going to buy, none. Right now I'm not buying any modern Pokemon booster boxes. That is not part of my agenda. It's not part of my MO. But if I was ever going to buy like a super modern box, I was considering buying into Journey Together. I thought the Journey Together has received way more hate than it deserved. And I also thought that the case price was under everything else on the market. It was like $1,100 at one point, which is like $200 basically over MSRP. So that was the only time where I was considering continuing to buy sealed product. It's just so tough to do that now. What is the one card that you would want to buy that you don't have? What is one card that you want to buy? So I'll tell you two cards. One card that's modern that I want to buy that I don't have is the Bubble Mew from Scarlet Violet Paldean Fates. The Bubble Mew is sick. I wish I owned it. I still don't own it. I own most of the big cards from Scarlet Violet. I don't own that one. And then a vintage card that I really want to buy that I wish I could have and get my hands on is the Sabrina's Gengar in a PSA 10. Now I have the Sabrina Gengar in a PSA 9 right here. And they make a band artwork version, which is really, really nice of this Gengar. Really nice. But the reason that I want one in a 10 so badly is they're so freaking rare in a PSA 10. There's like 3,200 graded, only 100 in a PSA 10. For like such a popular Pokemon and such a popular set and a popular card, maybe it's not that popular of a set, but still, Gym Heroes, Sabrina's Gengar, top tier. Would love to own that in my collection. BJ, I made 48% on AMD this week. That's crazy. Nice. And that's what I'm saying. There's other plays in the market that don't involve Pokemon. Why can't we just make Pokemon about collecting, having fun, doing box breaks? It really shouldn't be about making money as much as it is. Are you going to buy a Destin Rivals booster box? Not for 600. I might trade into one at some point, but I'm not going to buy one for 600. You'll sleep better with VOO. Definitely might add some index funds. I think that's a Vanguard index maybe, or no. I never hit on the Pokemon Center. I always get screwed. Same. It's always like that. Not today, Charizard. Talking about QuantumScape? Yeah. So we're done with QuantumScape, but I wanted to talk about that. Calvin, Crosswhite. So I had a lot of money previously to even us owning a bar. I've always been a hustler. I've always had oddball jobs. I've always been stacking my money to the side. And basically, a bunch of my fraternity brother friends were like, bro, you need to take all that money and put it into the market. And I started day trading, and I started making more money day trading. And then I decided, this QuantumScape, this company looks really, really good, looks really promising. It looks like they have some groundbreaking technology. This is like the next Tesla. This is the next Apple. This is the next big thing. And I lost almost all of my money. And it was not instantly. It was like gradually. They just kept bringing the price down and down and down. So there's a longer story there. But yeah, it was not good. Joe, do you ever get lucky and get product on drops? Absolutely not. I do need to get the band one. Not today. When he bought it, it wasn't. When he first talked about it, I did some research on it, about 300 shares. It's done very well. Yeah, when I bought it, it wasn't the best buy. Journey Together is a great set, no matter what other people say. Butt Sauce Orion, I've been advocating that opening vintage boxes and packs are a guaranteed way to lose money. Would you agree? I hate to say that because it's so much fun. But yeah, it's a guaranteed way to lose money for sure. Unfortunately. I'm not going to get the Mario Luigi ponchos, but I do like the Ray ponchos. And guys, we've gone 20 minutes over the time that I intended on doing. I do need to spend some time with the missus. I love you guys though. And you've had some amazing questions. And, do you have almost every vintage card? Oh, God, no. No, I don't have almost every vintage card. I wanted to have one of every card. I really did. I was trying at one point. I was working on binders, and I can't do it. I can't keep up. Pokemon's gotten too expensive, so I'm just focusing on the cards that I want the most. Just got 2 shares. You got me. Yo, let's go. The QuantumScape movement on the Pokemon channel. Let's go. Ariane, yo, similar name, yo, appreciate that. We're about to close it up, guys. If you have any more questions, hit me with it. Any last questions? Ryan, you should buy Japanese full arts. Butt Sauce, just tell her you're busy with the boys. I appreciate you guys. Great live, yo, appreciate you, Cashmere. Not today, Charizard. Team Rocket exclusive Meowth coming to Phantasmal. Yeah, that's about to burn people for sure. I was never that hype about the Meowth though. Like the drama goes right over my head. I'm like, wait, why do we care about this? Why do we care about this Meowth so much? Tuscan, yo, if you just got in here, we might be ending soon. Sorry, buddy. But there's always another day. Like, we might do it tomorrow. I know I haven't been doing streams on the other days, but I want to get back into that. Senpai, new sub. Just want to say you're a breath of fresh air in the Pokemon community. Respect your hustle and love of the hobby. Yo. Appreciate that. That Meowth is sick. It's got a ton of callbacks. How about Gengar Neo Destiny Orion? Gengar Neo Destiny is sick. I wish I would have picked that up when it was like 5K in a PSA 10. That's why I'm buying the shit I'm buying now, and I'm just not thinking twice about it because I'm like, I have seen these cards go up. I cannot risk that they go up more before I own them. Yo, Joe, thanks for being in here, man. You had some awesome questions. Join the Discord if you want to. We talk a lot of shit in the Discord. Sub to the channel if you want to. But definitely come out to the live streams. We do these every single week on Wednesday nights, usually a little bit later than this. Might be better for me to do earlier streams. Might have to think about that because usually we do them super late night. Butt Sauce. It has the town from the old game in the background of the card. Yo, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. That is pretty cool. Bro, we didn't even have cable, so I only watched Pokemon on Saturday mornings, right? I know we didn't have it like that because we didn't have cable, right? Cartoon Network was not a thing in our household. We got whatever was on TV on Saturday morning, and that's why Yu-Gi-Oh! Was kind of like my main TCG that I'm struggling to get back to. Um, I feel like I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trader now, you know? I've like gone so heavily dark to the dark side of Pokemon. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. I gotta spend time with my lovely woman. As many of you may know that have lovely women in your life, they won't be in your life long if you don't make time for them. Anyways, peace out, everybody. Yo, join the Discord. Guys, chat. Join the Discord, okay? All right, peace out, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll go, if you guys complain enough in the Discord that we need to do a stream every night, maybe I'll start doing more streams. You guys have to let me know how much you like the streams, okay? Otherwise, I don't know. So, life goes fast. Remember when I was 20, now I'm 32. For real. For real. For real. The Discord is in the link below. It's in the link below. Someone might even post the Discord in the chat soon. But I love you guys. Seriously. You guys are the reason that we do these streams, is because every single time it's fun. So, appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Boop. Pokemon hobby will last forever. Let's go. On that note, let's go. Forever and to the moon. Peace out, guys. Peace out, everybody. Make it a great night. Go hug someone you love. Go comment something nice on someone's video.